it's a smart solution.
And it's also about finding the balance too. I was talking to another mom actually this week because I am a teacher, and my son, he gets to get the brunt of it because I'm giving him homework assignments during the summer and reading. And then I want to create a little calendar. We have all these activities we found out about, and I want to pencil them in for every day. But, you know, trying to find that balance of the downtime too. You know, we can't go to every single event in the city.
Good point. Well, and two, for mom, it can be exhausting.
Yeah.
Or dad.
Yeah.
Can't leave the dads out, single parents,
Yes.
but it can be exhausting. But then again, like you just said, it's finding that balance
Yes.
and knowing when to give yourself the downtime and not feel bad about that either, because we all need it.
Right.
But look how many things you've already mentioned, and I have not taken part in all of that. That's fantastic.
And another thing that I do is, you know, you go in the grocery store and you see those free publications like Charlotte Woman, Charlotte Parent, the local, whatever side of town you live on, they have a little leaflet letting you know what's going on in your community. I just make it a habit of whenever I pass by, pick them up. And just doing that and just skimming through, most of the time they have activities and what's going on, even creative loafing I also pick up on a regular basis.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's just being tuned into what's going on, because I know a lot of times I've had friends, and there's nothing wrong with this, you know, there's nothing wrong with going to, you know, an amusement park or something of that nature, but there are just so many other things in the community that are a little bit more engaging and enriching.
How true.
That kids can do.
We get into the I think the norms or the thinking that we need to go to a water park, or nothing wrong with them. We love our water parks here, and the amusement park, of course. But I know of something actually that we do that is connected to me with my work, but 101 Things to Do. It's a very simple black and white sheet of paper that lists 101 things to do. Most of the things are minimal cost, and they're things that you wouldn't think or remember that are in Charlotte. So it's a great reminder.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And I just find that I like seeing him grow through the experiences. I love it when his teacher will tell me, like, keep exposing him, because he shared in class about, we were reading this story about Chinatown, and he shared that he went to the festival and he saw this style of dress, and just that just reinforces to me the importance of letting him have that exposure. And it also makes me feel good because, you know, I am a single mom and I am on a budget, but I can still do things that enrich my child socially and emotionally.
And he is seeing how you take that and make an opportunity out of it. He sees how you are, which is only going to help him survive life's opportunities and experiences as he goes forward. That's fantastic. Now, do you find yourself sharing that too with your second graders at school?
And I do, and I bring artifacts, and I a lot of times I wish I could just take them all out and we just hang out on the weekend, but I do. And I also share with teachers in my school and on my grade level, you know, what's available, and maybe can we plan a field trip to go, you know, to this museum or this activity. I mean, it's during the day, because some of the things are during the day that might be geared towards maybe the homeschool population, but they're open to other groups coming in and utilizing, like the Charlotte Nature Museum. I know they have a lot of activities and workshops for the kids. It might be $5 at the most. Sometimes they're free. So I do try to spread the word and let them take advantage of those things. I'm an advocate on open house night. I'm the teacher passing out Imagine-On flyers, and
good for you. Imagine-On's,
you know,
one of a great example, isn't it?
Yeah. And, you know, and surprisingly, and because there are a lot of people who aren't from Charlotte and they're not aware of the activities, or they assume that there's a cost. And so I'm the one, I have, you know, the flyers to the public library. I know I even had someone from the public library to come speak at my school, just to let them know about all the free programs that are available for children to participate in.
I'm just curious, have you always been this way, or did you find yourself slowly looking into things, or do you remember a day you thought, okay, there's got to be a better way?
Well, I have to say, since having my son, I've been more attuned into looking for these types of things.
Yeah.
Now, before, I always have been one that's interested in culture and interested in the local flavor and interested in cultural activities. So I've always been attuned to that.
Okay.
And then when I had my son, I just wanted to include and involve him because I just really believe that it is so important for people and children. It starts from a childhood age to be well-rounded and to be open and to be exposed to other experiences, other points of view, other than your own. I just think that is so important. And so that's what I want to instill in him. So that's why it's important for him to see that there's life beyond his school, his town, his city, his country. There's a world out there. Yeah. And, you know, we talk about preparing kids to be global thinkers and all that good stuff.
That's right.
So I've just always had an interest in that. And that's what I enjoy it. And I hope that I'm passing that on to him.
He's a lucky boy.
So.
Yes. And we'll have to chat with him
we
after
will.
this tonight, make sure he understands it.
We will.
He's watching Mom right now, so that's good. Very lucky to have you. You know, one example I thought of recently is a couple of Sundays ago, Discovery Place had after the renovations, they had their free Sunday. Mm-hmm. Well, I took my little guy down there, my 7-year-old, and thought, okay, Mom and my son are going down and we're going to discover Discovery Place. Mm-hmm. And we got down there, and it's a testament to how many families really, thankfully, do think of this as a good thing. The line was literally around the block.
I believe it.
And that was their busiest day of their entire existence on Sunday. So, and I'm glad. And I did take him back this past Sunday. We had to pay a little bit, but oh well, we still got the experience.
Exactly, exactly.
So meetup.com.
Groupon. Think of coupon and
Groupon.
then just add
Is it
group on the top of
Groupon.com?
Groupon.
Okay, I'm going to get on there tomorrow.
And then just add group every day.
I love
they're
it.
sending
All
you
right,
stuff.
you're so good.
Yeah, they call
All
that
right.
every day. Every day they're sending you stuff.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. So what else would you want the viewers to know? Anything that we
Well,
haven't
and
talked
I
about?
also hadn't touched on sports, but I also try to include him in that as well, because what better way to learn teamwork, which is so important in today's times. And I just really look for opportunities for him. Parks and Rec, they have excellent programs that are nominal cost.
Sure.
SOAR Sports, he's involved with them, and what they do that I like is it's about teamwork. It's about, they have devotion and prayer as a part of the training. So it's not just about, you know, who's the best player or the fastest runner. So those are some other things.
So your faith can be brought into that, and that's very important.
Yeah.
And of course important to this show and why we do it too, to make sure we give as much help and guidance and different perspectives. So you bring that into your sports, and of course too, I was brought up that same way. What are some of the sports out there that you have found that lend themselves the best, I think, to being a single parent, maybe the hours that you need or the places, like you mentioned Parks and Rec. So do you find that there are camps in the summertime that you take advantage of, or are they through the year more so at the parks, or?
Now, I know what we have been involved in was SOAR, and it was in the evenings once a week. And
they're huge.
yeah, but it was really an excellent opportunity for him. And matter of fact, they offered a free summer camp about 2 weeks ago. And so it was a whole day camp from 9 to 4:30.
Really?
They